Reds fans probably knew Shin-Soo Choo would be an upgrade in the leadoff spot, but this much of an upgrade? And the Detroit starters are getting it done in record fashion. We tell you how as Wahl takes us on the winning edge. Tom Vandervoort from the Sporting News Studios, and the deal that brought outfielder Shin-Soo Choo across Ohio from Cleveland to Cincinnati. Well, that could hardly have worked out better for the Reds. Their new leadoff man has helped Cincy score the third most runs in the National League by getting his butt on base. Choo's average is right around 280, but he's using the walk to perfection, strolling to first base in 15% of his plate appearances, and he boasts a career-best .433 on-base percentage. All of which makes me want to look at his WOBA, or weighted on-base average. That's a stat that gives a hitter credit for anything he achieves at the plate, in direct proportion to its value to his team. In WOBA, for instance, a double worth about 1.4 times as much as a single. Now back to Choo. His WOBA of .402 is 7th best in the major leagues. That's right, according to WOBA, Choo is the 7th most productive batter in baseball. Kind of wonder if the Reds knew they were getting all that. Now, WOBA is a nice transition to the Detroit Tigers, whose Miguel Cabrera leads the league in that stat. Cabrera, probably the best hitter in baseball, but a quick look at the Tigers' starting pitchers tells you why that team has a big lead in the AL Central. First, you've got consistency. Verlander, Pfister, Scherzer, Sanchez, and Porcello. They've started all but one game for the Tigers this season. Their league-leading 9.3 strikeouts per 9 innings, a full run better than the record rate of the 2003 Cubs. And they've given up the second fewest walks and second fewest homers in the majors. And when it comes to the strikeout, the team leader isn't Justin Verlander, it's Anibal Sanchez with 11.5 strikeouts every 9 innings. That's more than 2 Ks better than his next best season. Now, a look at data from the new Pitch FX system now in every Major League stadium shows us Sanchez is using his changeup a lot more than he used to, and his slider somewhat less. The change now represents 20% of his pitches compared to 17% only 2 years ago with the Marlins. The slider, on the other hand, has dropped from just under 29% to just over 21% of his repertoire. And more reliance on the change, that seems to be making all his other pitches more effective too. I'll be back next week with more stats and insight, and of course the bat from Bat Day in Washington, 1971, the Senators. How often do you see those? I'm Tom Vandervoort. We'll see you next time as Wahl puts us on the winning edge.